All right, we are now live. Hello, everybody who's watching, even though you're probably not there yet, because we have not told anyone this thing exists yet. But when you do watch, then you will know what the hell we're talking right now. Though you're probably not there yet, because we have not told anyone this thing exists yet. I should mute that.
So I'm here.
All right, and then you'll see my tweet. I have you tagged in it, so.
Awesome. Thank you.
Boom, there it goes. All right. So it is good to have you on the show. I back your book, Doom Fate. I am looking forward to it. It should be a pretty good read.
Well, thank you very much for having me on your show and backing my book. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, you know, my show doesn't have thousands of followers or anything because I don't stream on a regular basis, but I do pick up a few follows on the back end, and you know, who knows? I mean, you know, 2 or 3 books from now, this may get you some some customers.
Yeah.
I'm being a little facetious, but you know, who knows? You may get a customer today. So, tell me, how did you come up with the name Doom Fate? What inspired the name Doom Fate?
Well, Doom Fate it's part of the story actually, and it's it's a title, it's a place, it's an event, it's a thing, it's all those things wrapped up, and it's a term, you know, because the barbarians in this story all honor the fates as gods, so they have a saying. So if you follow your fate too late, your fate or your doom, your fate will be, or something like that. I have it written down. I can't remember exactly, but there's a saying in the book, and that comes up about not following your fate that's been laid out before you. So it kind of interacts with that, kind of interacts with a title and some other things that will come down in a separate issues. All that will be explained because I plan on doing 4 novels, graphic novels, and all of it will be explained by the end.
How this is 48 pages. You're gonna do 4 48-page novels?
Yeah, right now it's at least 48 pages. This one right now we've already cracked 56 pages, so we'll probably go higher than that as I'm laying out the book here right now.
I got you. So how long do you think it take you to finish the book? When do you think you'll be starting to do fulfillment?
Right now it's scheduled for fulfillment in April.
Okay.
Of next year. That we should be able to hit that pretty good. I have the story outlines all done. All the concepts are done. A couple of pages are done completely, from pencils to inks to colors. I'm working on a few 2-page spreads that are going to go, because those take a long time. Those are the big ones. And everything else should kind of come together pretty quickly as we go along.
Well,
I'm doing everything. So.
Are you doing it all yourself? I didn't know that.
Except the lettering. The lettering is going to be handled by someone else.
Yeah. You already know who?
Not yet. I have a few people I'm looking at, and it depends on how far this campaign goes, who I can afford. I'm definitely not going to do it, but I'll get someone else.
Yeah. Well, it looks like your campaign's got 2 days left. You have passed your goal, so are you going to go in demand?
Right. Well, I have another 30 days actually. This is only the first 30.
Oh, okay. So you're going to.
Yeah. Right now for the first 30, if you back it, you get a free sketch card. So you literally have just over 24 hours to get in on that deal. And then the second 30 days, I got something else I'm going to cook up. I'll announce tomorrow. And people who backed it the first 30 days will be in on that. But if you get in on the second 30 days, you'll have incentive to back then too. It won't be as cool as a sketch card, but
now, you know, sketch card by you or another one of the artists, or
by myself. They'll all be done by myself. If one of the other artists, that's something that may come up later in one of the stretch goals. But we got to get there first. That's a little ways off.
Okay.
You know, because I got to pay those guys for their time.
Right. Yeah. It's messed up to make guys work for free. So let's look at these graphics here. This is pretty some wild stuff. Does it say War Commander Zoc?
Yes. War Commander Zoc is he's part of the Orc contingent battle horde. They do a very important incident in the book, and they're a force to be reckoned with. That the Valerians, who are the barbarians in this tale, are always kind of battling here and there. So
Okay. And so Galen, is he one of the good guys?
yeah, he's the main character. Her name is Valeria. She's on the cover there.
Okay.
And Galen's kind of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Merlin of the story. He's the old, grizzled veteran. Kind of, he's the head of the guardsmen. He's the head dude in the guardsmen. So definitely an important character. Probably, my favorite character. He's going to be really cool once everything's laid out. You guys
You got some big plans for him.
I got big plans for every character, but yeah, he's gonna be cool.
Scars on his chest, or is that like painting?
That's actually scars. So in this barbarian society, the males, to show their station and everything in stories, they show off their scars from battles and things like that. They'll go like no shirt, just so. So him in particular, he fought a bear that was killing a lot of people. And he took it on by himself, and that's the scar and his bear pelt that he wears all the time. So there's a big story behind it. He's got a lot of recognition for it, and he's considered, top dog for that kind of stuff. The women actually wear their hair in braids and put bracelets or wind them up. If you notice in Valeria, she has those metal bands all up and down her thing. Those are kind of like merit badges or rings on a tree.
Okay.
That's how they show off their skills and what they've done. And
these are braids. Now there's rings on the braids, and that's what you're talking about, right?
Yes. So you see in Valeria, she's got those metal, bands all down because her father is the blacksmith. He's the head of the tradesmen, and he's made those for her. Some people have just regular braids or ties or whatever, but hers are a little more intricate.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, it says, let's say Armis or Acmus.
Armis, yeah, his name is Armis. He is a swordsman. He's also a guardsman. He's kind of Galen's right-hand man. They've been friends. He was what was called a fateless. And then he went out in the world, was an adventurer for a while, learned swordsmanship. And he basically came back after a certain thing happened. He gets this scar over his nose. He never had a scar. And he came back and he started a family, and now he's a guardsman. I think he'll be a fan favorite character. He's badass, and he likes swords, and he kills lots and lots of orcs and stuff like that. So,
well, he's got to be a badass if he doesn't have any scars and he gets in battle. You know what I mean? That
right. There's only one other character that's never been touched, and that's another character called Sparrow, and he's in a preview story I got going. And it's just because he's a huntsman. He's like a ranger, like Aragorn.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stays far away. He's so fast and everything, you can't touch him. So that's another one. But he's so respected because of that. So he's kind of the opposite. He's the exception to the rule.
No, we got Adam Post and Mox in the chat. I want to say hail to these guys.
What's up, Mox? What's up, Adam? How you doing?
We got Hail Peeps, Congrats Passion, and I got Hi Drew and High Passion there.
Cool.
So at least there's a few people here. These guys may already know all about your book, but we're gonna tell them more.
Oh yeah.
I try to dig deeper where people aren't already asking questions. I follow like the thought process behind the book. I want to know that kind of stuff. Obviously, because I write books myself, but
awesome.
So what do we see here in this black and white?
This is a 2-page spread. This is a part of the book where they teleport into the middle of an army of orcs. That's Zoc, the commander, and they blindly teleport in the middle of this huge army of orcs, and then the next pages are just them messing them up. So this particular page, I'm giving this is done in traditional.
Oh,
It's
okay.
traditionally inked. I'm giving this away to one of the first 100 backers. Someone will get it at the end of the campaign. So.
Oh, so it's gonna be random out of the first 100 backers.
Correct. And then there'll be more 2-page spreads to give away. I've already sold the cover too, which is great. That was done traditionally as well. Most of the books can be done in digital, but there's going to be a few standouts here and there. I want to give out the 2-page spreads and make them to where you want to frame them and put them on the wall.
Okay.
I don't want to give out pages where it's just like 2 people talking for the whole page.
Right.
But I want to give like these epic battle scenes, and I think people are gonna really like them. I got a couple more in the bin, and those will be given out as we go along.
Well, that's cool though. So that's good work, man. There's a lot of little detail in there.
Thank you. Yeah, wait till this is colored. I'm about 75% done with the colors on it.
Are you gonna so are you doing the colors also traditional on that, and or are you doing the colors in digital, and so you're just gonna sell the black and white?
I'm just selling I'm giving away the black and white. The coloring is all going to be done digital. It's part of my style, actually. So if you see,
so they'll get this in black and white. This won't be in color.
Correct. And this may end up, if we get there on stretch goals, this will be a poster everybody can have. I think it's a pretty cool. It would make a cool poster. So
that's very cool.
If we can get there.
All right, so we have some words here. Let's see. The paths of fate have brought you here. In the Northman, I'm sorry, I can't read for crap. In the northernmost realm, the cold wintry valley of Valerian, the barbarians of Stormfall followed the way of the Fates. One such Valerian, named after the valley itself, takes a journey of here. It says here own, but I bet you meant her own, isn't it?
Her own, yeah. I gotta fix that.
Carving her own fate, one bloody body at a time, Valeria finds defying the fates comes with a price. Doom Fate is a 48-page full color graphic novel that will take you on a sword and sorcery adventure like no other. If you like magic, monsters, blood, and barbarians, this book is for you. Well, yeah. Who doesn't like magic, monsters, blood, and barbarians?
Some people who don't.
Well, they don't count.
Yeah. So this is not. It seems cartoony, but if you like Conan the Barbarian and you like Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings and all those kind of things, this will definitely be your book. It kind of, my style's a little cartoony, but trust me, it's there's gonna be. I think I covered it with the cover. It's not gonna be pulled back on some of the art. So it's not for little kids.
Well, that's probably good. The level of blood and violence indicates that. I was doing my research on because my book is a mature audience, and I was trying to research like how when I wrote it, did I want to go mature? Did I not want to go mature? What lines did I want to cross when I was writing it? And I discovered that the best-selling graphic novels are mature themed.
Yes.
By far, and one of the all-time best is Saga, and so I was like, okay, well, so I started reading Saga, and it's kind of weird. It starts out really, really good, then it just gets really weird. But the thing about Saga is that they really kind of they go further than I thought that I would even want to. I mean, I can't believe the graphic sex scenes and stuff that they put in that book, and I'm like, okay, this is really pushing the mature line. And so after reading Saga, I was like, okay, I'm totally cool with just the mature thing. And then I was talking to the people that run the local stores and some of the ones up and down the valley, and I discovered that excessive violence and swearing also are considered mature as far as to store owners. So, and even if you don't label your book mature, if they feel as though it's too violent or they see like an F word in it or or something like that, they'll put it on the mature rack. So.
That's weird. Well, this book I don't think is going to be on any rack anytime soon. It's going to be direct to customers and through IGG. So
yeah,
I don't have any plans to sell it in a store.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to do convention route or any kind of other than just IGG and?
No, not right now. I do have big plans for this whole IP. Hopefully, this is just the beginning. I want to do more books, obviously, but this takes place in a whole world I've designed. So I want to do like a role-playing game and all this other stuff with it. Have the characters all fleshed out, have it where people can play some games, maybe a board game someday, or So I have a lot of plans of things I want to do, and the whole world has been kind of planned out already.
Yeah. So where does all of it come from? How long have you been working on this idea?
Well, the world has been around. Before I did this comic book, I did a coloring book called Mythzar's Menagerie of Monsters, and I come from with Comicsgate. I come from a separate side of things. I draw fantasy art as a profession, so I've done some stuff here and there, published, by some big companies, and I've done some concept work and things like that. That's what I've been doing for the past few years. So I hadn't really done comic books since I was way younger. So I did a coloring book where it was like those old Dungeons and Dragons book. It was black and white, and it was all fantasy monsters. It was 100 pages. And I just did a bunch of monsters and kind of made my own world. And Mythstar's actual wizard in this world. And he'll make an appearance actually in the third book. Sorry about that.
Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I did. My hold on.
Well,
really loud, so I apologize.
We got Pallywhacker in the chat here. I am pleased to see Pallywhacker. He is a new friend on Twitter. He just recently backed Captain Love here at the Cleansing, and recently just started hanging around. And I'm glad to see him, Pally. Glad to see you here in the chat. Oh, I'm hoping everybody gets a copy of this book. I really want Captain Love to be in everybody's reading library, because I might be a little biased, but I think it's an excellent story and some excellent artwork, and but so
I apologize for that. He's loud.
Give me back in my book.
But, all right, I'm back. So where was I? Oh, I built this whole world. Mythzars was the beginning of it. Then I kind of drew a rough map out, and then that started building the world. And then I had this idea previously about a barbarian story, and it was a dude at first. And it just, every time I drew him, he just looked too much like Conan the Barbarian. So I was like, I got to do something different. So I was like, no, it doesn't really matter if it's a woman or not, because that has no impact on the story. And I thought, and I kind of scribbled her one day, and I'm like, okay, it looks kind of cool. And I went through some design concepts and stuff like that. And I said, it's probably going to be probably more aesthetically pleasing. Plus, it helps sell books. Sexy women swinging axes.
Yeah, I think that that sexy women does get attention. Sex sells, and it's something that's always been that way, and it always will be that way, and that's a good thing. I tell you, it is.
And there's gonna be no actual sex in this book. There might be some side boob or something, but
no nudity, no actual sex.
No. That's I'm gonna steer away from all that relationship girly stuff. This is barbarians and blood and action and adventure, and I'm not going to put all that stuff in there. That's silly. But there will be some there'll be some friendships and stuff like that in there. It's kind of a hero's journey a little bit, but if you just cracked open a good fantasy novel, that's what I'm hoping to go for.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Now, what are we looking at here?
This is a page probably like 20 something, I think. This is at. So this is after she goes with the guardsmen, and there are giants that live in the near the northern part of the valley that they have like an uneasy ceasefire with.
Hmm.
And this particular one kind of sneaks up on them, and this is how they end up starting to handle it. This is one of the many things. She decides she wants to do her own fate and do everything herself, and she finds doing that it causes a whole domino effect. And other things pop out during the time, and it'll be interesting. There's going to be all kinds of battles and stuff. I'm really going for like a movie. Like would be a cool movie.
I gotcha. So you have big dreams to the future of this universe that you're creating.
I hope so. I'm going to try to tailor it the best I can. And who knows? I mean, with CG, anything's possible. So we're going to go ahead and make this book and see what happens. I want to do all 4. I have the ending all figured out. The second book's the plot's nearly done. And I'm already drawing some concepts for it because there's new characters and stuff in it.
Excellent. There's that fight scene again.
Yeah, so this is like the next page. So this would be the next page, her dealing with the 2-page spread.
Here. So this is level 4 was what? That was
level 4 was we unlocked another 4 pages and the Vinnie Tardamella trading card. So I'm doing something different with mine, where I went to a lot of artists, right now 10, and they all did art for my campaign, for my characters. So they'll be in trading cards and prints. If you get the Epic Path tier, we'll slowly add them to the stretch goals, but you're not guaranteed to get every one of them. But I did open it up to where you can get all the trading cards and all the prints that will be available. That's a separate add-on / extra you can get.
So you can buy them all as an extra perk?
Correct. So again, the Epic Path
here. Now that's all the trading cards, not just as they come up on perks, right?
Correct. That's every single one you guaranteed. Plus you get a bonus card. Okay. Mm-hmm. On there, I have something special planned for that. And then the mini print one, which you're guaranteed an extra mini print and 5 prints with that one total. And you can get all of those if you want them. If you want an extra set or whatever, you can do that too. You'll get both. But with the Epic Path tier, it depends on how far this campaign goes.
Okay, so the Epic Path tier requires stretch goals to get the cards.
Correct. And the more people we get to back, the more stretch goals that will be added to the Epic Path tier. And it'll go up, and we'll add more pages. We got stickers. We got all kinds of extra stuff. I want to hopefully, we get real high. I want to do a second book. That'll have like stories of some of the characters, background stories of some of the characters. All the other tiers with the books, like the 2-book tier and the regular book tier, that you don't get any stretch goals with those. It's just.
I just noticed that it says no stretch goals are included with this perk. I was going to ask if it was like the double on the stretch goals, like you get double the cards and stuff, but no, because it's even though you just get 2 books.
I guess. Yeah, I'm able to sell both the books at a discount for people, and a little less shipping.
Right.
But the more stuff we can add to it, the also thing about those extra perks, the more we go up, there'll be stretch goals for those extra add-ons too. So trading cards, for example, we'll get artists to do sketch cards for it, and everybody who buys it will get a sketch card, or all the cards will be signed, or maybe we can do foil cards, or or a foil card. We'll see how far that can go. Same thing with the mini prints. I got ideas for posters and metal posters and glow in the dark ones, and if we can get that far. It's really up to how far the campaign can go.
And you already sold the original cover art.
Yeah, someone bought it last week, so that's great. Very, very delighted by that.
Are you going to put up any more original art?
Yes, there may be one or two more. I'm not finished, so there may be a one or two more
until they're done. I gotcha. So.
Yeah, I don't want to put up anything that's not done yet. So there may be one up there I'm going to do, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for the back cover. So there may be a piece for the back cover I have planned.
Joe Balls is the next level of the epitaph here.
Yep, and then there's going to be a sticker add-on. So every level's been about $500, but now we're going to jump to $1,000 for each level.
Okay.
So that won't kick in until around 4,000, where we'll get Joe's added, and then we'll do the stickers, where we'll have the first set of stickers to go. That'll be like, I want to do like little stickers and a sticker book and vinyl stickers and all that stuff. We'll add a bunch of stuff for that too, but started slow on that one. It'll be very cheap. Like it'll be less than $5 to get the sheet. So I want to give everybody different price points that they can get in.
That sounds fun though. It's a lot of fun stuff in there.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to be as flexible as I can. I know a lot of people are not big on the extra doodads, but
now this doesn't seem like the same girl on the cover. Who's this?
That is Amelie. She is a mystic. So there's 5 fates, and they're all embodied by heads of the village, or you select your path when you're young, or it gets selected for you. There's huntsman, guardsman, tradesman, and mystic, and hero. Hero's the only one that's kind of not chosen for you. You kind of have to earn it. But the other 4 are you could be the leader of them. That means you're the leader in the village of those things. If you're the hero, you're kind of the spiritual leader of the entire village. She's a mystic. She's one of a few mystics, basically magic users. She's more like a druid. She hangs out in the forest and stuff more. She's married to the guy who's expected to be the hero. Yeah, everybody expects him. He's, at the time of the book, he is fighting on something called the Front, which he comes back, and this is a 1,000-year war. That's a stalemate that's been going on for 1,000 years between. It's a huge wall, and it's just orcs and goblins and giants and stuff, and all kinds of horrible things coming at this wall, and they've just been fighting them for a stalemate for 1,000 years. And everybody in the realm is eventually expected to fight in it, if you're a warrior type person. And he's coming back from that war, and it just never ends. What up, Gaze?
I'm going to interrupt you real quick to say that we got Red Gaze and Sim and Zaid Comics all hanging out in the chat. Welcome, brothers. Welcome, brothers. We got Skix Comic just showed up. Yeah. Hey, y'all. He says we got us some friends hanging out here. That's pretty cool.
What's up, Simon? What's up, Zaid Comics? Yeah. Just here hanging out for a little while.
Yeah, we're just here talking some Doom Fate. Hopefully that won't doom us.
Yes. So tomorrow I'll be extending it 30 days, but it still gives us we still technically have 2 days, calendar days. But tomorrow I'm going to extend it, so that'll give you a couple days to get that sketch card. So jump in soon. Anybody who does a book tier, you will get a sketch card. So please do that.
That is fantastic. So, hail, guys. All right. So, my next question is, what is the craziest shit that's happening in this book? what is the most like just over the top thing that's happening in this book?
Oh man, I don't want to spoil it.
Well, do it without giving us a spoiler. Make it a teaser.
Okay. There is someone in the book who is willing to do so much effed up stuff that it gets really effed up. It's just going to blow your mind in that part, and I don't think people will see it coming, but it'll be interesting. And then there's going to be. I also think Valeria. I think one of the things that'll surprise everybody too. Everybody expects her to be this perfect little hero and everything.
Mhm.
No, all through the book she screws up. She screws up big time.
No, she's a general fuck up. Gotcha.
She goes in with her head, not her heart, not her head. So she does a lot of screws up and causes a lot of problems. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of shocking moments. This isn't gonna be a happy, pretty book. Because it's the first one. It's to set up the the characters and the drama and everything else. So everything's not going to be things. So don't.
Yeah, first book's got to be character development, right?
Yeah, and it starts out. I'm doing the colors are actually going to be a character in the book too. It's going to start out bright and cheery, and as the book goes along, things are going to get darker. And darker. So. That be prepared for that. That's a very important part of the book. There's certain other little cues in the book people may pick up on that I'm not going to explain, but there's other going to be little hidden things. But once you read the whole storyline, we get everything done, all 4 books. You'll be able to go back and go, I got to read that again and see if I can pick up stuff. So I'm spreading it out between the 4 books.
Awesome, though. That's awesome, though, because I mean, you. So do you plan to have all 4 books or just the first book from this campaign?
This is for the first book.
Right.
So if they're all 60-some pages, it's going to take me a couple of years to get that done. And then I have more story ideas within this world. So, and then again, I want to do side stories. I have a lot of them. I want to get more CG writers and artists to help me with those. And see people's interpretations of my ideas, because I was really thrilled with everybody's art. Everybody stepped up. We got Vinny and Simon Poitier and Carl Rowe and Narwhal, Sweens, Vic King, but just so many other people that all stepped up. Joe Ball, obviously. All a bunch of people stepped up and did some amazing pieces of art. They just floored me, and they all had a good time. They all want to draw more. I have actually a couple other artists who are dying to do more pieces, but I gotta get my funding up first.
Right.
So right now, I'm funded, and this part is basically get the book printed and out to people. Yeah. Then the next part is this part that we just got to will help with a lot of the extras to get printed and shipped. And then this next part is going to be where we can start expanding other things. And then when I get to a certain point, it's like, actually, that's where I'm making a good profit. So we ain't there yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah, well, it's good to get there. I mean, profit margin is important. I mean, obviously without a profit, it doesn't make sense to keep doing it forever. I mean, unless it's just a hobby, which, you don't want it to be a hobby.
No.
So, okay. So then my next question is, the craziest thing you went over. Well, what is the, who is the strongest, toughest, most badass character in the whole book?
The whole book? The toughest, most badass.
Yeah.
I would say Galen is. He's the kind of the grizzled leader. He's a badass.
That's the one with the scars on his chest?
Yeah, the guy with the scars on his chest. He's just a veteran. He uses magic and stuff like that too. He's actually older than, he's over 300 years old, which is not natural. He uses magic to extend his life. So he's really into magic, which is kind of a little bit looked down upon, but he's done it for a long time. And he uses it to augment himself and be kind of stronger and faster than what he should be. And he's just a cool character. And he's going to have his own little storyline in there too. He's going to be a pivotal character all throughout, this book, at least. And I think Armis is probably a close second. I mean, Valeria, obviously, she becomes a badass. She kind of all through the book, but she's kind of discovering what she can and cannot do. So,
right on.
But she screws it up.
Screws it up.
Yeah.
So okay, so then my next question is, you said there were orcs. You saw that there was like an army of orcs. What other kind of mythical villainous creatures are there?
There's going to be giants. There's the Valerian giants. That's headed by Dareka. She is a shaman herself, and with the giants, it's rare that there's a female giant. So it's like maybe one in every 500,000. So it's very rare. So she gets catered to, and she's big and slothing, and she has 23 sons.
So she's slothing. So she's like fat and
big. That's the piece that Joe Ball's doing down there. She's very powerful shaman on top of it, and she has 23 sons from 23 separate fathers.
Man, I dated a girl like that.
No. So she has kids who are frost giants and fire giants and cyclops, and I'm just gonna put like every kind of cool giant I can in there.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So there'll be tons of different kinds of two-headed giants, all that stuff. So they'll make a big appearance. There's going to be. I don't want to say what else is going to be in there, but there are some other fantasy creatures I think people will really dig. But I have a whole sequence with the giants and the orcs that are it's gonna be really cool.
Right on. That's awesome, though, man. That really is. It sounds like it's going to be a great book. I mean, it's like you don't have to sell me twice. I mean, I already back you, but in case it doesn't back yet, go and check this book out and consider backing it. It's reasonably priced. Let's see here. Let's go through these tiers again real fast. We saw the Epic Path was $30, and with the Epic Path, you get all the stretch goals, which is really awesome. You get a book and stretch goals, which is a good thing. And you got the mini print add-on, which is a 4 1/4 inch by 5.5, which is about 1/2 inch. It's alternative art by acclaimed artists, highly acclaimed artists.
Highly acclaimed.
Highly acclaimed.
It's Peter Gilmore. It's going to be, we got a piece in there. There's going to be all kinds of stuff, including myself. So I think I'm highly acclaimed.
Highly, at least in your own, in your
own.
own.
It says it's funded and knows it's going to be printed. Yeah, the printing costs are all covered. So it's going out. The shipping costs are covered.
Sweet. So. And then the trading card add-on, that's basically they can just buy the trading cards, or this is add-on to the book. I mean, it's just the add-on, so.
Yeah, they can buy all the trading cards. Like I said, with the Epic Path, you're not guaranteed to get all of these stretch goals. This is one way to get it. When we get to the point where all the trading cards have been added to the Epic Path, that's when we start doing special stretch goals for the trading card add-on. Okay, so like it'll give you more incentive to get those because you'll only be able to get those stretch goals in the trading card. So,
okay.
Zaid.
Right. Zaid's funny.
Phil, yeah.
Oh yeah, we assume it's Phil.
Yeah, it's usually Phil. And then
in the book only single path, which is self-explanatory, that one says no stretch goals are included. Make sure that if you're buying this one, you know that there's no stretch goals.
Right.
And the 2 books is basically that same one. Oops, look at me. Now I'm going to get an email saying, do you want to order that or not? Um,
Yeah, I always log out when I'm doing these things.
and then you get the two books is basically the same as this book, but twice. And then, and you said now that you can save money with shipping and stuff like that. So, so there's a deal there.
Yeah, there's a discount on shipping, and there's a discount on the books themselves. Like 2 books, obviously up at top would be 36. So this is 35, and then you get a nice discount on the shipping. So
Sweet. Well, it sounds like a good bargain. Right. We have been going for
40 minutes.
40 minutes, so we are actually good on time. Do you have something else you want to pitch about the book? Make sure there's something that we talk about that we haven't talked about.
Let's see. Covered again. There's about 48 hours to back the book and get a sketch card. So that's the best way to get some free art out of the deal, by just backing the book. Again, I'll have something for the second 30 days. I think people will like it. It's a neat idea I came up with. And that'll be a little extra. That'll be more art too. So if you can't get in now, you'll have a chance to get one next month. Actually, you know what? I might as well talk about it anyway. So next month, I'm going to be doing full sketches. Okay. So every time someone backs the book, the tally of full sketches goes up. You get more people. Then someone who's backed in the first 60 days, I will select people randomly out of that, and they will get full sketches. So if you get 20, 30 more people, everybody in that whole group in the first 60 days has an option to get full pencil and ink sketches that I will do for them.
Nice.
8.5 by 11. So you're not guaranteed if you're in the second 30 days, but everybody has a shot.
Right. Well, that's very cool. That this is like another random selection for the second block of 30 days.
Correct. And the first 30 days, you're not going to be left out either.
Oh, you're in the first 60 for that second random selection.
Right. Everybody in the first 60 gets it. So potentially you could get, if you sign up now in the first 30 days, you could get guaranteed a sketch card, and you may also get a full sketch from
right. And if you're lucky enough, you could probably win another random 60, right? In the 60.
You can win another, you can also win, if you're in the first 100, you can win a 2-page spread or a page from the book.
Yeah, well, if one person wins all that, I'm gonna yell fix. I'm just saying.
But that'll be done probably when we get close. Probably after the first of the year, we get closer to publishing. I'll announce all the people for that.
Dive Ninja says, looks great. Love the idea of the story. Keep up the good work. Passion.
Thank you, Dive Ninja. Appreciate it. Love One Punch Man, by the way.
Yeah, the One Punch Man. I got a brief look at that before. That's one that I wanted to get a closer look at. Just haven't been able to get around back to looking at it. Is that one still on demand? In demand?
One Punch Man? No, that's a manga book.
Oh, okay. So it's not even.
Yeah, there's an anime of it too, and
I know I've seen it somewhere before Comicsgate. Before I found this the community. So has it been around a while?
Yeah, I think I don't remember when it was first published. Maybe the early aughts. I don't remember, but it's a great manga. There's I know on Netflix and Hulu they both have episodes of the anime on it. So I'm reading through the books right now, actually.
Wow. Well, sweet. That's very cool. I'll have to dig further into that because I've been seeing him around on the Twitter scope, and then I know that there was a live stream that I was halfway watching that they were talking about it, and it was earlier on, and I wasn't quite as involved. Now I'm trying to be a lot more attentive to different campaigns, especially ones that I haven't had on my stream or haven't streamed with me, because it's hard to get to know everybody in the group, in the community. You know what I mean? But I'm really trying to get around and make friends with everybody. So. Anime, manga. Does that say Satima?
Yes, Satima, a hero for fun. He's just a hero for fun. He doesn't care. That's what's great about the book. It kind of makes fun of superheroes and manga and anime. It just makes fun of it. He doesn't care. He's a loser. but he's like well trained and he's like the strongest superhero, but he's an idiot. It's great.
Well, I know I saw something like there was an episode where he was talking about it, and or someone was talking about it on like that. I definitely need to listen to that thing that we posted him with, so.
Yeah, he's a cool character. He's funny, and definitely watch the anime first.
Oh, okay.
You get better. It's like I said, it's on Netflix. I think Netflix has the first season, and Hulu actually has the first two. So go watch that, and it's pretty funny. It makes me laugh, and I'm not a huge anime fan, manga fan. I'm pretty selective, but that one makes me laugh. It's a good one.
I have a hard time.
It's well drawn.
I have a hard time sitting down for even a 30-minute cycle focused on one single thing. It's difficult for me. So
it's a pretty short. Oh, bless you. I think the episodes are like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's definitely digestible for me.
Yeah, they're not that long.
Yeah, that's easy. I can digest that really easily. It's like 30 minutes. I start to like something happens, like my phone rings, or I gotta or I start to get distracted. So I'm just real bad that way. So thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you coming at last minute notice. And we got a few people watching tonight, and then obviously there'll be more people in the next few days. And that is hopefully you'll get a backer or two out of it, and then we'll definitely have you back on for your next book for sure. And then by then more people will be aware of it. So
I appreciate it. Thank you everybody, and thank you all my backers, and thanks Drew for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna end the broadcast. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.